Hi, thanks for stopping by. I'm Carl Martin, and I'm running to represent all the citizens in North Carolina House District 10. Many residents in House District 10 and throughout North Carolina are now waking up each morning to the COVID-19 nightmare we are all experiencing. They are concerned about whether our current representatives are willing and able to tackle our immediate problems, and if they will be able to come up with a plan anytime soon to move us forward in the right direction. I believe I am that person for House District 10. Now you may be thinking, who am I and why am I running? So here's a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. My father was a factory worker. He and my mother raised 7 children. Me and all of my sisters and brother were fortunate enough to have had a college education. After completing my college education at Johnson C. Smith University in Charlotte, North Carolina, I returned to New York City and worked 2 years as a caseworker for the New York City Department of Social Services. I then started on a 40-year business career in the field of insurance claims adjusting. Over those 40 years, I worked at several different locations around the country until I relocated to Goldsboro in 2005 to work with the Strickland Insurance Group. At Strickland, I trained employees to become licensed and experienced claims adjusters, and I developed and put in place a company claim file auditing program. After 3 years, and having achieved all of my goals, I decided to retire, travel, and take up the game of golf. In my travels around Wayne and the surrounding counties, I saw and became very concerned about so many areas that had poor housing conditions where many of our citizens were living. So I decided to give up all the time I was spending on golf, and I made up my mind to do what I believe is the right thing, to help those in District 10 who have been less fortunate than me to have a voice in the decisions that will be made by our representative in the North Carolina House. I found and read reports on studies that were done about the high number of people in North Carolina who do not have and cannot afford health insurance coverage to protect them, especially in these trying times. I saw the numbers of the rural hospitals that have been closing because of their inability to sustain the cost of servicing the needs of their communities. I read about the increasing number of families in our community with poverty-level income, especially in our area of North Carolina. I saw where test scores in our schools were declining, and I've heard that we've been losing our good teachers because they're moving to other school districts that pay higher wages. I saw the high incidence of cancer in our communities, and I saw where most of the available employment opportunities in our area are for jobs that aren't paying living wages. I began to get involved, and I learned by attending municipal, county, government, and advisory board meetings, by reviewing budget reports on how our tax dollars are allocated and spent, by reviewing how grant funds received from the federal and state governments were being spent, and I began to speak out publicly about the issues I saw. I came to realize that my elected representatives didn't share my concerns about improving our public education system, about increasing affordable housing, about expanding access to health care, about protecting our environment, and about ensuring a fair election process. When I saw that our representative in the North Carolina House has served 4 terms, and I saw how he did or did not vote for the matters that concern us the most, I decided it's time we make a change. Although I have no track record as a politician, I'm a good listener, a quick learner, and I am determined to stand up and fight for change in the declining direction our district is headed. I will be a persistent and accessible representative, not just for the interest of big business, but for all the citizens in our district, and we will move forward. I'm running to be elected to the House District 10 seat, and I'm asking for your vote and your support. I am Carl Martin, and I approve this message.